collectors and viewers, Social Distance Warrior is back with a review on the Imperial Stormtrooper and Hoth battle gear, also known as the Imperial Snowtrooper. Now, the Snowtrooper came out way back in 1980 with the premiere of The Empire Strikes Back, the second Star Wars movie, what's known as Episode 5 in the original trilogy. Now, this is all back in the day when our continued adventures of Luke, Han, Leia brought us to the snow planet of Hoth. And on the snow planet of Hoth, we had, Tauntauns and Wampas. And then we had an Imperial invasion, and out we got not Stormtroopers, but Snowtroopers. I know it blew my mind, like it did a lot of other people, how cool Stormtroopers dressed in their, snow outfit. And the first figure that came out from the Kenner line back in 1980 was this guy here. So that's the original Snowtrooper from way back in 1980. There's his big rifle. My figure here is missing his plastic, white vinyl cape that he came with as well. But the remnants are still there. You can see how amazing this figure is and how well it holds up today. He's got his armor on there. He's got his helmet. Now, there's no movement on the head there. The arms go up and down. Legs have the movement as well. We turn him around to the back. We'll notice that he does have his backpack on. So you can see he's got the detail on there painted. Amazing figure. Had the cape on. My cape is gone. So this rifle, again, was released with a number of other figures, but it came out with that Imperial Snowtrooper. So he'd be released through, the Empire Strikes Back and then Return of the Jedi waves. And then as Star Wars went dormant, we wouldn't see him again till the Power of the Force 2. So Power of the Force 2 launched in 95, and then in 97, we got a Snowtrooper, and that's this guy over here. We got an update to our Snowtrooper. Now you can see he's larger than that original vintage one, but like a lot of the figures were back in the 90s, everything was a little bit beefier. This one stood up a lot better. He comes with a blaster. He has a removable backpack, which is pretty neat on there too. See, that comes off, so we can show you that. And of course, he's got that added articulation at the waist. You can turn him side to side. No movement on the head. The head's fixed on there. He does have a plastic cape that kind of impedes his ability to sit, but definitely adds a nice, look to the figure that's reminiscent of how he looked back in the original movies. So he's got his buttons painted on there, a lot of detail, really, really good figure. Amazing army builder. I bought a bunch of these when they went on clearance, and I had a diorama for Hoth back in the day. So that was in 97. At the same time in 97, we also got a deluxe set. So we had some deluxe set with figures. There was a Hoth dish that came with a Hoth soldier, but there was also a E-Web cannon, which is a really nice one here that came with another version, another sculpt of the Snowtrooper. That'll be this here. Let's just move these guys back, get them out of the way. So that's the E-Web. It's an amazing toy. It holds up today. The figure is pre-posed, so he's in this position where he's got his knees bent and his arms far forward. He's designed to hold that E-Web cannon. And, it's got a firing projectile there. If you push this button right here, that fires a cannon there. And load that guy back up. And what's really neat about that, it's got the hose or cable, whatever you want to call it, it's attached to this part here, the armory for the cannon. And that does open up as well. And you can store something inside there. But a nice, set piece for your Imperial display on Hoth. So that was in 97 as well. So we had the regular version, then we had this guy. And then this guy, of course, is a little more weathered, a little more dirtier than the regular version. It's got more of a yellow tint to it, like he's been through some tough battles against the rebels. We'll move him out of the way. So the next time we'd see the Snowtrooper would be in 2003 as part of the Star Wars Saga line. So when they merged the line, just when Attack of the Clones came out, they made a whole bunch of figures from all the movies to bridge them together, and Snowtrooper was one of them. And he's got a brand new sculpt. More detailed, of course. He's, again, in more of a pre-pose. He's kind of leaning forward there. He does have some movement on his head up and down, so you can kind of position him there. You can turn it a little bit, side to side. Not much there. He does have his backpack. It does come off again. What's neat about these figures here, they started making holsters for the figure, so he does have a holster, working holster to put his, blaster in. And they did add a nice little piece of articulation on here. Bent knees, but the ankle on one side there does have added articulation. So you can see, you can kind of pose him like he's in a position to, you know, to run, walk, action pose, which makes it pretty neat. And then he did also come with the cannon. So he came with an updated E-Web, like that one from the 97 set, except they've updated it a little bit more, made it a little more realistic towards, to how it looked in the movie. And they added a little missile firing projectile to the front here that's, you know, laser color, red. I kind of prefer these ones. Creates a little more excitement than just having it like a monotone color like black. And the way you fire that projectile is you just push that handle down there and that comes out. So it's an update from that previous one. Just wanted to show you what they look like side by side. Let me take that Snowtrooper off. And if we put these guys side by side, you can kind of get an idea, you know, of the update on it and how it looks. And you can see it's a little more realistic, reminiscent of how it looked in the movie. Not as exaggerated with the handles. And again, he's meant to be able to stand behind it and hold it, you know, while they're attacking the rebels on Hoth and forcing them out of the Millennium Falcon. So one thing that's neat about this one here is that it uses the same base as that 1997 one. So you could take out the hose from this one here, attach it on the bottom, and attach it to this guy here. And then you can update that cannon if you liked it better. And you have a nice look to it. And for those of you watching The Mandalorian, you got a nice little set piece here that you can use on The Mandalorian too. And even the little box container here that gets blasted and knocks the Mandalorian onto his butt and almost kills him. So that was in the 2003, part of the Saga wave. Next time we see him would be in 2006 as part of the Saga collection. We'd get another Snowtrooper, and this one's more of a kit bash Snowtrooper. So he has the skirt and the upper body very reminiscent of the one from 2003. So he has that movement where you can pull his head up and down. You can turn him side to side. His backpack does come off. Okay. He does have that working holster here, but you can see his legs are different from the one in the Saga collection that came before. These are the original legs from the Power of the Force 2. And then even the hands are Power of the Force 2 kind of, you know, it's kind of a mix with the 2003 one. So a nice little blend. It looks like a brand new figure. I had to add one to my collection as well because you never have enough Snowtroopers. And of course the paint detail, the weathering, it was a little more realistic. They added a little, you know, tarnish to the top of his helmet there too, and gave us a nice little look for the Snowtrooper. Let's put him back on there. Stand him aside. Next time we see the Stormtrooper would be 1 year later, this time part of the vintage original trilogy collection. So they were making premium versions of the figures and putting them on original card backs that they came on when they were part of the Kenner line. Let's take this guy out, bring him forward to show you. So that's the Snowtrooper there on the card back. Of course, I've opened mine, but I like to keep them on the card there. I love that old vintage card just to kind of show you what it looks like. Really nice, cool picture. Now, Hasbro, again, if you're watching, re-release this guy. It's the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. We need another Snowtrooper on card. And, of course, I'll show you what that figure looks like in a second. But that's the figure that we got in 2007. Let's turn this guy around to show you the other ones that were available in the wave. Now, there he is on his vintage card back with the vinyl cape. And, of course, you can see there's, you know, Leia, Bosk, Bespin, Luke, IG-88, and Han there as well that were available. And they had a mail away here for 6 exclusive vintage coins that you could get too, to kind of add to your, you know, 30th anniversary collection of Star Wars stuff. So that was in 2007. And let's just bring that figure forward as well so you can see him. That's him here. And to date, I think this is the best Snowtrooper figure that we've got. Really good army builder. I love the cloth, you know, skirt that they've added to him here. You know, you can do anything you want with him. You can sit him down. Nothing gets in the way. He's got, you know, articulation at the knees, at the legs, at the ankles, right? At the elbows, you know, at the wrist. He's got, you know, movement out there at the shoulders, side to side. He's on a bit of a ball there at the hips too. You can move him back and forth. And, you know, some are fans, some are not fans of that. They gave you the added bonus, too, of saying, hey, by the way, all your characters in the original Star Wars movies were clone troopers as well. So let's take the helmet off, and wow, there's Jango Fett, or a clone of him anyway, underneath. And, of course, that's been disputed over the years, whether they were all clones or not. But nonetheless, they added that feature in there because this came out right around the time, you know, of the prequel trilogy movies. They're just finishing out, and they gave us a lot of clones, and Snowtroopers were one of them. Stormtroopers were one of them. Nice helmet. It sits on there really nice. When you have it on, you can't really even tell that it comes off. It adds a nice little piece of realism here with the shadowing underneath. So very, very desirable, nice figure, great army builder. You know, the cloth goods definitely give it a nice appeal. In my opinion, it looks a lot better than the 6-inch one that we've got recently too. But he's been released numerous times, and the spacing on his legs sometimes is further out or closer together. And of course, he's been weathered and stuff, but that's the figure that we got as part of the 2007. And then that is our best version of a Snowtrooper ever since. And also in 2007, we got a anniversary collection concept version, McQuarrie concept version of the Snowtrooper. That'll be this guy here. I'll bring him forward just to show you as well. Give him some love. That's mine in the package. He still has the coin there, you can see. And he's got a different look. And if you look at the helmet and the sculpt of these McQuarrie designs, you'll probably notice very reminiscent to stuff that you see in Rebels in the Disney animated series. Ezra's got a helmet that looks very, very similar to that Snowtrooper concept. And it's got, you know, McQuarrie's signature here on the bottom, which is neat. On the back, you get another picture and a bio and other figures that were in the wave, but that's a really nice one. Nice one to have on card. A nice concept version of the figure, and again, very reminiscent of the stuff that you see in Rebels. So another version of the Snowtrooper that we get would be in 2009 as part of the Legacy Collection, Red, and that'll be this guy over here. Okay, let's bring him forward. Again, another concept design. This time is Joe Johnston design. Again, you can see a really, really different looking Snowtrooper, and he's really reminiscent of a samurai. If you look at his design and his armor plating and his skirt here at the bottom, he's got cloth goods. He's got a backpack here as well. They went all out. A lot of the figures that they were designing at the time in the late, 2000s, they were making a lot of brand new sculpts, and designs were really, really good. You can see his boots there on the side. We turn them around on the back. They used to come with the Build-A-Droid parts, which were really cool. And you get a more of a bio on him as well here. Picture on top and picture there as well. So that was another concept version of the Snowtrooper. Okay, and next one that we get would be in 2014. In the Black Series, we got a Snowtrooper Commander. Now, this one baffled me when we first got this guy here. I was like, Snowtrooper Commander? Like, are they really going to try and sell me another Snowtrooper? When I first heard about him, I was a little bit disappointed because I'm like, how many different Snowtroopers are there? Why is this guy a commander? Is this expanded universe? And sure enough, it's not. He's actually standing next to General Veers in the AT-AT when they attacked on Hoth. And you can see him there, and he's got slightly different armor. His helmet's a little different from the regular ones. And the George Lucas stuff was always so amazing in the original Star Wars movies because everything had a slightly distinct look to it. And, I had no idea this figure this character even existed until they made the toy. So that was part of the Black Series. Of course, he's got full articulation there. They did away with the cloth skirt, which I wish they would have kept because I really like that design on the Vintage Original Trilogy Collection version. He's got a working holster there for his blaster. He comes with a blaster rifle as well. Articulation at the knees. He's got, the articulation there at the waist as well. You can do a lot with him, but best position for him is standing beside General Veers in the AT-AT. If you have the big AT-AT, that's where he goes. And of course, we turn him around on the back, and you can see the detail there. On his backpack as well. So his backpack's, attached to his armor. He doesn't have that separate piece like the other ones do, but he does have a very different looking helmet from the standard Snowtrooper. So the next Snowtrooper we'd see would be part of the Black Series 6-inch line. They'd finally make a version of him in 2016. Here he is. Very nice looking figure. Again, full articulation on there. Separate backpack on the back. He's like a giant scaled version of our smaller one. He does have a weathered look to him. He does not fully decoed in white. I know some like that, some don't. I actually prefer if it would have been a lot cleaner or not as dark anyway on the skirt and on the arms here and on the boots, but nonetheless, it's definitely realistic looking and reminiscent of what we see in the movie. I wish these would have been cloth goods so that you could do a lot more with this figure, but unfortunately they're not. But again, full articulation on there. You can do a lot with this figure, and his head turns, and he doesn't have any clone trooper head underneath there. It's just the Snowtrooper helmet, but that's what we got in the Black Series in 2016. And we just got this re-released again now as part of the 40th anniversary with the, original Empire card back, like that one there. And we got him in that one as well. So that's it for the Snowtrooper. Hope you enjoyed the review. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more videos, and I look forward to making more. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.